Hello, everyone, and welcome to this conversation presented by White House Custom Color.
It's hard to get stuff done when there's no one to do it for you.
Biggest value, the biggest marketing opportunity I think any photographer has is their existing client base.
Photos help us remember to remember.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Could you please, Alastair, tell me who you are and what you do and who you work for currently?
Yeah, well, I'm Alastair Jolly. I'm Global Marketing Manager for SmugMug and Flickr. And yeah, my role is very varied. I wear lots of hats. Not today. You're the one with the hat on today. But I do wear lots of hats. I look after a lot of our marketing initiatives. I look after our ambassador program. I look after a lot of our partner relationships and get to travel around the world and hang out with the best photographers in the world.
Tell me about you a little bit first. We can get into SmugMug and all those details, but I want to know more about you. Where do you come from and what's your story a little bit?
Well, you can probably tell from the accent I'm not at headquarters in San Francisco, right?
I made that assumption.
You made that assumption, yeah. It's a Scottish accent. So I am here in Scotland, currently only in Scotland because we're not traveling, obviously, due to the pandemic. But typically I'm traveling around the world, so it doesn't really matter where I'm based. Yeah. I have been in the photo industry for over 20 years. I won't say how far over 20 years, but over 20 years. Spent 16 years as a professional photographer here in Scotland. And then had a great decision, a great opportunity about 8.5 years ago to join SmugMug to look after their European operation.
Yeah.
I did that for about 5 years before transitioning into a more global marketing role. So yeah, I've got a lot of background, a lot of history in the photo industry.
How do you go from, you said it was a great opportunity, but if you would, I am curious myself, because I did something similar in that I was in the photo industry, been in the photo industry 20 some years. And I would say I had a great opportunity 11 years ago to come and work for White House. How did that transition go for you to go from working as a photographer to then working for SmugMug? What happened?
Conversation happened. I'm a great one for networking, and that's kind of what I do in my role, right? You know, my network is very important to me and always has been. And I love conversations. I love learning about other people in the industry doing this type of thing.
Right.
So I never shy away from reaching out to people or connecting with people. And the opportunity came back in 2011 when I had no intention of changing career. I was very happy and had a great wedding and social photography business here in Scotland. And I got introduced to Chris McCaskill, one of the founders of SmugMug, who was in the UK looking at establishing a lab relationship here in Europe. And I reached out to him and said, hey, let's go take some photographs together. I knew he was a great lover of creating large, multi-stitched images of cityscapes.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him and said, hey, let's go take some pictures together in Edinburgh, in Scotland. And we did. We knocked it off and never looked back. And then we set up SmugMug, kind of established our position in Europe. We had a big trade show in the UK where we kind of launched SmugMug back in 2012 here in Europe. And I was offered a role to move from being a photographer to helping photographers. And I think I thought about it for maybe 2 or 3 seconds and then said yes. It came at a really interesting time for me. I was, 16 years into photographing weddings, which is a long time in the industry doing that.
Yes.
I know people have done it much longer, but it's still a long time. But the more important thing for me was I had this wonderful lifestyle, and I focused very hard on having a great working life balance. And I had this wonderful lifestyle where, I had 2 young kids, and, my wife and I got to spend all week with the kids, and then typically work at the weekends, photographing weddings, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I quickly realized that the kids were about to go to school. And that whole balance was going to change dramatically. Suddenly they'd be at school all week, I'd be working all weekend, and that dynamic was, moving in a direction that I wasn't looking forward to. And that just was about to happen just when the opportunity came to work at SmugMug. And I thought, look, this gives me the opportunity to stay in this industry that I dearly, dearly love, and have a great lifestyle that
it's perfect timing,
has
really
proven perfect. It was. I couldn't have wished for anything better. And I jumped at it quickly and said yes, and it's probably been one of the best decisions of my life. I love working at SmugMug. It's a great, great company.
Well, it's interesting because SmugMug, for me, like in that space of companies that provide what SmugMug provides, SmugMug stands out to me in that it's a name in my mind that has been around for a long time. SmugMug in my mind is like where I go a lot when I think of companies that do what they do. I think first of all, talk about who SmugMug is a little bit, and then I have a question related to that, but I don't want to put the cart before the horse. So talk about SmugMug a little bit.
Yeah, well, it has been around a long time. This is 19 years. 2002, we launched SmugMug, and we didn't realize at the time, but it really was the first social platform in many ways. It was the first way to share images long before the term social media had been invented. We're not a social media platform, but certainly we fulfilled a lot of that role very early on. Founded by a father and son.
Yeah.
So Don McCaskill is our CEO. The co-founder was his father, Chris McCaskill, who I mentioned earlier. Don is our Chief Geek, that's his official title here. It's Chief Geek. He's our CEO, but Chief Geek. He is the genius behind creating the software that is SmugMug. He created that, was looking for someone to kind of be the president of the company and help move the company forward from a marketing perspective. So I asked Chris, his father, to do that. So it's a very long established family business, still steered by all the McCaskill family, the brothers and the mother and everybody's involved at SmugMug, and grown it over those 19 years now to an international recognized brand for what we do. And it's been hugely successful. We are very proud of the fact that we're a bootstrapped business. We're self-funded. We don't have investors and VCs to report to, and we can move the product forward in the way that we want for our customer base and for ourselves. And I think in this day and age, that is becoming more and more relevant as the days goes on, that we are proud to fund our business by charging a subscription that you pay for. We are not free. And therefore, our customers are not the commodity. Right. We don't have to do a lot of the things that we're becoming aware of that other companies are doing to make their money. We are really only focused on creating the best product we can. If we thrill our customers, they will pay for it, and we can have a very successful business doing that. And that's what we've done for the last 19 years.
Well, and you mentioned a bootstrap company, and a lot of people don't understand, right? A lot of times who ownership is or what ownership looks like. And the big deal from me on this side of the fence is that when you have a company like that, you get to call all the shots internally. Right? You don't need permission, so to speak, or you don't need all these other investors to get on board. And things move faster, they move quicker. It's a lot more efficient. You don't have too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. And it's a much better situation.
Yeah, some ways it's also the opposite of that. Some ways we can not only just make the decisions for ourselves, but we don't get dragged into decisions that we don't want to do.
Right.
We don't have to move at a speed that we don't want to do.
Right.
You know, the whole thing in Silicon Valley is, you know, the unicorn growth, right? You know, invest tons of money, grow really fast, and hope that it all works out to the end. Yeah. Hope it's somewhere down the line you're profitable. That's not what SmugMug's about, right? From day one, we have looked at steady growth to be, you know, a financially viable business. And there's not many companies that can put their hand on their heart and say that from day one to, you know, this 19 years later. So yes, we get to make all the decisions we want, but it's not all about speed and growth. It's about sustainability.
Speed. Yeah. I like that even better. Let's talk about specifically what's happening. I mean, this is an interesting time of the year, right? The holidays are coming up, and everything.
It's an interesting time of an interesting year.
also that. But and so we can dive into that a little bit. Like, not only is it an interesting time of year, but it's an interesting year, of course.
Yeah.
The holidays are coming up. What are you guys doing, or what does it look like from SmugMug's perspective as everyone's getting ready to really try and finish off this year in particular strong?
Yeah, more important than any year to try and finish off strong this year. This, you know, for us and for our partners at White House Custom Color, it's the busiest time of year. We're heading towards that season where our customers can really, you know, create a lot of business from themselves. It's a super busy time of year. It's not the normal situation. You know, it's been a very, very tough 6 months for the whole world, especially for our industry. Our customer base has, you know, literally had the rug pulled out from under them in many cases, you know, if you're a wedding photographer, events photographer, that type of thing. So it's been a very, very tough year to monetize your, you know, other seasons of the year. But moving into the holiday season or the selling season, then there's definitely things that we're hoping this year that to make people aware of, to try and help our customers maximize that as much as possible. So I would say the one thing that we've had this year kind of thrust upon us is the gift of maybe more time than we've had in the past. We've maybe been so busy with the day job that we haven't been able to do some of the housekeeping that we've been able to do. So we've been communicating with our audience about trying to use this time effectively to do some of that housekeeping that you've, you know, been hoping to get to, but maybe haven't had the time to get to. So things like refreshing your website. Obviously, SmugMug, for many of our customers, is their website platform, their showcase to the world. And we've, you know, built SmugMug in a way that it's very simple to customize and redesign and refresh. With that said, you know, photographers like ourselves, we know doesn't matter if it's easy. Sometimes we just procrastinate too long and never get to it. So it's a great time to think about refreshing your website while we have the time. Look at maybe customizing your site specifically for the seasons that are coming up. You know, things like Halloween and you know, Thanksgiving and the holidays, all these type of things. You can very quickly refresh your site to be seasonal and change that throughout the seasons, the look, the feel of your website. So we think it's a great time for people to get into their SmugMug site, have a look at maybe what's needing updated, refreshed, and hit the season with the best looking website that you deserve, focused on your brand. And
as far as products specifically, though, cards are a big deal this time of year. Cards are something we're really encouraging, and that's one kind of marketing opportunity, one business opportunity that is definitely of huge value this time of year. So we're encouraging our customers on our portfolio and pro plans to make sure that you have those SKUs added to your price lists. It's actually, as well as doing the housekeeping on your website design, it's a great time to do some housekeeping on your price list, right? Check out
what SKUs, what products you can add that maybe you're missing. Check out what we offer from White House Custom Color. Especially make sure you have those cards added. We've just worked with you to add some new cards. Yeah. We're constantly refreshing the card offering that is, supplied by yourselves. We've even just added through yourselves some very tasteful COVID-related greetings cards.
Oh yeah,
which are pretty cool.
Yeah,
things like "Oh dear,
it's what I'm working on today after this conversation is cards.
Yeah, so there's when I first heard we're doing some COVID greetings cards, I was like, really, is that? But they are very tasteful and they're quite lighthearted in that approach. But it's a great time of year to think about cards, think about the opportunities to market those cards to your customer. It's something you need to be doing now so that there's time to fulfill those orders, get them in the hands of your clients so that they can then ship them out for the holiday season. So it's very, very topical at the moment.
Speaking about marketing, then talk a little bit about like offers or coupons or different things that you can throw out there to when you're marketing to your existing client base in particular.
That's a huge opportunity. It's probably one of the best opportunities any year, but especially this year where maybe you've been in a position where you haven't been able to fulfill, the weddings or the social events or the events that you've been hoping to do. But for years, I've been saying to people, don't forget that when you photograph something for a client, it's not a one-off event. It might be a one-off event in that it's their wedding, but they're clients for life. So the biggest value, the biggest marketing opportunity I think any photographer has is their existing client base. And many of us are guilty of just focusing on the next client, the next event, and forgetting about this great database that you have. If you've ever sold anything through SmugMug to a client, all of that sales history is in the back end of your SmugMug site. So you have all the contact details, you have that database there of everybody that you've sold to. So why not market to them? Why not offer them a discount? Within the SmugMug tool, you can build any kind of coupon code. So you can offer a percentage off, a dollar amount off, free shipping. There's lots of ways you can use our coupon code builder, really simple coupon code builder in your account settings. You can give it a unique custom code. It sounds like a simple little thing, but a lot of systems, when they create a coupon code, it's some kind of random generated number. But in SmugMug, you can actually name the coupon. So you can make it relevant to the client, relevant to the season, holidays, whatever. So have a think about looking at the coupon codes, refresh the price lists, add in cards, but market to that existing client base. It is a huge opportunity. There's several things that client base has done. One, they've proven to you that they're willing to buy. So they've kind of qualified themselves as a great client. They've proved that they are technically savvy to buy online. Most people are nowadays, but it's, they've proved the point that they've already bought something. So why not entice them to buy some more? If you're a wedding photographer and you have clients from previous years who have bought, the album, they've bought their first run of prints, they've bought their major wall products, I can guarantee you there's probably a lot of pictures that they did want, but they didn't buy at that time, maybe due to, budget. So now down the line, why not entice them back with a coupon code for 20% off or something, and just see what you can get from them. I feel like with SmugMug,
all the pieces of a potential sale, if that's a puzzle, all those pieces are kind of there. And there's very little that really needs to be done as far as putting out coupons or discounts or a little call to action or a little incentive just to get some revenue coming in. Because it's all there.
I mean, you've done all hard work. You've photographed the event. You've marketed it to them. You've edited it all. You've done the hard work. You've dealt. You've got a very happy customer. You've got the customer information. Remarketing to that customer, it takes very, very little effort, and there's nothing to lose, really. Right? If you send out something I used to do in my own business was send out a newsletter. And especially going up to the holiday season, the end of the year, maybe just a rundown of, the year you've had as a photographer. Might have a very different type of newsletter this year, obviously with the pandemic, but maybe just a way to touch base with your clients and wish them well. Hope they've had a healthy and safe 2020, and let them know that you're looking forward to moving forward in 2021. But hey, I'm also offering you, an opportunity with a discount to all those images that are still on your SmugMug gallery. Go check them out and get those extra ones that you didn't get first time round.
Okay, speaking of 2021, I know a lot of people can't wait for 2021, and I also realize that a virus doesn't recognize a change in year, right? So there is that piece, but can you talk about 2021 from SmugMug's perspective a little bit, and is there anything that we can expect to see, or is anything coming down the pike that you can mention, or is there anything that 2021 is going to bring in to us in general? Yeah,
I mean, we have a long roadmap, which unfortunately most of I won't be able to discuss, but just looking at, if I kind of reflect on 2020, which we're still in, we've been in a very fortunate position as a company that we've been able to continue with all our plans. As a software company, we're in a company where many of our staff are remote, typically full-time anyway. So I'm in Scotland, so we were very quickly able to switch to full remote working. We shut both our San Francisco offices very early this year, very quickly. As a family-focused business, our staff are our number one focus. We want to keep them safe. But it didn't stop us continuing to work and develop and work on the plans that we have. We recently just released a refresh to the navigation system within your SmugMug account, setting the foundation for improvements that are coming to the kind of focus of what you can do with inside your SmugMug account, what you can do with your images that are there. But we are very, very excited about tomorrow, next week, 2021, nothing I can announce that as far as major features, unfortunately, at the moment, but very, very positive about some of the things that we have got coming, some of the things that we know are going to thrill our customers. And hopefully some of those will happen very, very soon. Unfortunately, at this point of recording, I can't do a big unveil. We should have timed this for maybe a few weeks, Jed.
I like to try. Reveal. I like to throw it out there just to see. I'm excited to see what's coming next from you guys. SmugMug has been a staple in the industry for a very long time, almost as long as I've been in the industry. And so again, that name the brand kind of stands out for me already. So I know that if you say it's exciting, it's going to be exciting. I believe that 100%. We have lots of customers. We have lots of customers who don't change anything. I love it just the way it is. So we can't just suddenly make it all completely different. We are heavily focused on listening to our customers. We maybe don't move at the speed that some of them wish and do all the things, but we have such a broad range of customer base. We have to be very deliberate about what we change and what we improve on. So, we in no way can we be accused of not listening. We know exactly what our customers want. And in fact, many of us are that customer. My connection with SmugMug started as a SmugMug customer, as did many of my colleagues. And having that foot in that camp really, I think, gives us a great way to understand what our customer wants, because we are that customer ourselves. And many times, I do think that's one of the big things that makes us very unique in this industry, in that we're not just a bunch of software engineers developing a product. We're a bunch of photographers that develop software products. But I don't think there's another brand in our space that is anywhere as passionate about photography as ourselves.
has an understanding of that, and always has that as the focus of the decision making that we do to thrill our customers and grow our product.
Well, I thank you for taking the time to join me today from Scotland. You're ending your day, and I'm starting mine.
Well, I would say I'm ending my day, but I work for a company that's 8 hours behind me. So, San Francisco will be waking up very, very shortly.
Right.
And although it is the end of the working day in Scotland, it is the start of the working day typically at SmugMug. We're it's an incredible team we have here around the world, because we have a lot of remote staff around the world. We're very, very proud of our customer service team. Should give them a shout out on this call, because I love our customer service team. They're SmugMug heroes. If you, as a SmugMug customer, need help, you can get that 24 hours a day, no matter where you are in the world, because we have our own in-house staff based around the world working to help our customers. So there's always someone awake at SmugMug.
Right. I love that,
which is cool. And it's a great bunch of international people. Obviously, a huge portion of them are in the US, of course, but the customer services team, they're our biggest representation around the world. And it's a great company to work for, even if my day is not done yet.
Well, this was a real pleasure. I appreciate your time. Some great information from a great company. White House Custom Color is excited to be aligned with you guys. And
Jed, we're thrilled that we partner with White House Custom Color. It was a huge ask for many years from our customers. Some true loyal White House Custom Color fans and client base who begged us to please add WHCC to our list. So when we did that, we knew instantly that it was going to be a great success for our customers, and a great relationship for us, and it's proven to be so. I love connecting with you typically around the world when we're at trade shows and that type of thing, but thank you for the whole team at WHCC for the efforts they put in on behalf of our clients. Thank you so much, and I look forward to another successful year next year, and seeing the developments at WHCC as well as SmugMug.
Right on. Same here, man. Hey, have a good one, and enjoy your weekend, brother.
I will. Thanks, Jed. Thanks for the time. Good catching up with you.
Right on.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this conversation presented by White House Custom Color on YouTube. Be sure to check out our other content and click that subscribe button right there. Right. Right there. It's there somewhere.